How many of you know there is a war going on, not just across the country and not just in Missouri or anywhere like that. It's a war going on right here in our city of Philadelphia. Good morning, everybody. I'm Simone Malone, one of your most trusted and respected voices. So glad you guys can join me today. Hope you're feeling good about your life, because just the fact that the Lord woke you up, you ought to be feeling good and lift your hands and say thank you. Joining me again is my dear brother, Elder Leonard Green, who the Lord has placed in his spirit about this prayer vigil, calling all pastors, evangelists, all ecumenical folks to be involved in this prayer vigil on this coming Saturday at 1 p.m. And I spoke to him yesterday. He's joining us live on the phone, and he asked me to be a special part of this. And I'm excited about it because I know that whether two or three are gathered, Elder, the Lord is going to meet us there. Say good morning to everybody.
Good morning, everybody. It's so good to be here again today with you, Brother Simone.
Yes, we're so delighted to be able to have you, and I want to thank you for your friendship. I want to thank you for the vision that God has given you to have this prayer vigil in Philadelphia and other officials. So let's recap, Elder. Let's invite folks. Let's talk about this thing. Make the charge to people right now to come on out, and let's all get together for 1 hour power to pray for the situations in this city.
Not a problem. There are just so many things that's going on around us. I guess about a month or so ago, the Lord really just dropped in my spirit that we simply just needed to pray. However, there is something in corporate prayer that you simply just don't get by just being alone. There's some power in it, just like you even said, when two or three are gathered. And so I just believe that if we just linked up, there are so many things that's going on, not just in our own cities, but also around this nation, around the world right now. And so we certainly don't want to lose focus on the things that necessarily ail us here in the city of Philadelphia. But I certainly believe in the power and the worth of prayer. I remember back in the old time day, some of the old saints used to say, "Those who know the worth and the words of prayer."
That's right.
Keep me in prayer. And so we want to pray for our city. We want to pray for our young people. The senselessness by the way that we're losing many of our young people, and I'm not simply just talking about death. I'm talking about incarceration. I'm talking about just being lost in the streets. Our young people are dying because they have no hope, they have no faith, they have no trust. Many of them they're lost. They need jobs. They need love. They need support. They need embrace. And so some of those things, and many of those things, if not all, I would love to be able to beseech the Lord's face and pray for our city and pray for our families. Some of our young people are the way that they are simply because they're coming from the certain backgrounds that they're coming from. Some of their homes are not necessarily intact. And we want to be able to pray for that, because unfortunately, we are raising a nation. We're raising a generation that simply don't know God. I know back when I was coming up back in 1847, even if my household at the time, my mom, even if she decided she was going to skip out on church on a particular Sunday, she would ship me and my brothers off to my grandmother's house. But we would go to church on that Sunday. And so I just think our generation don't have that. We don't have that grandmama or the big mama, as some of us would say, that would take us to church and put us on the usher board, put us on the choir. But understanding that our salvation isn't wrapped up in our jobs within the church. But that's certainly, I'm not getting into no theological debate or issues right now, but it was still the fact that we were involved in the church. I grew up at Sanctuary Church of the Open Door, as I mentioned in the past. And the great thing about that was the fact that I was a member of the basketball team before I was a member of the church.
Wow.
And that thing kind of kept me. It kept me throughout the years. And then ultimately, I ended up joining the church because I befriended a few people. So I just believe in the connections that we're able to make in the house of God, and those things certainly make a difference. And now I went from a 13-year-old basketball player, now I'm an elder in the Church of God, and so I'm excited and happy about what God is doing in the body. And so we are asking everybody, and though I talk about Jesus Christ simply because that's who I serve, we are asking every faith in this city. We have Brother Rodney Muhammad coming from the Nation of Islam, and so we are reaching out to our Jewish brothers, our Catholic brothers. I also have Bishop J.T. Cohen
Yes.
coming, and if I'm not in error, I do believe he is out of the Episcopal Church.
Yes, I do know him very well.
Right.
Very well. Yes.
He's actually just got consecrated as a
That's
matter of
right.
fact.
That's right.
So shout out to my brother Bishop Cohen, and
Yes.
he said he's going to be there. And so we're looking for a lot of people to come down on the park, 15th and JFK at Love Park. And I would be remiss to say that my own apostle, Apostle Kanaya Day, will be there
Wonderful.
alongside and praying. And we just want to stay focused on the original plan of going down and praying for the city. Me and my apostle were speaking on yesterday, and just trying to stay focused on. There's so many things that will come. We might want to add this, or we might want to add that, but we don't want to get away from the meat of it all.
Exactly.
You know, I could sit there and say I want to have a spaghetti dinner, but before I add to my spaghetti dinner, I may forget the fact that I actually had an original spaghetti dinner.
Exactly.
And so my thing is, I really just want to pray for our city. I reached out to the family of the young man who was killed at the Robin Hood Del East just last week at a peace concert. They laid him to rest on yesterday, I believe it was, and I was able to reach out to his mother, and his mother will be there along with their family and friends. We want to show them support. We want to embrace them as well on Love Park on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So again, you know, we just want to reach out to everybody and ask everybody to come out and be a part of this ecumenical event. And let's just bombard heaven and seek God's face for some answers for the things and the issues that are facing our city and our nation.
Wonderful. Absolutely. And I'm telling folks, get on your bike, get on your motorcycle, get on your skateboard. They can run on down to Love Park, because folks are always in Love Park. I was telling people the other day when I was doing my show, Elder, that people come to the park to really get love. And that's what it's about. It's about connecting, all of us coming together under the love, under the fellowship of anointed individuals, like-minded people, to pray for this city and to pray for their life. And I believe in my spirit, thank you, Father, that somebody's going to be delivered, somebody's going to be healed, somebody's going to be set free, because all of these great people of God like yourself and myself are coming together that are passionate about souls to really encourage and pray for the people. So what do you want to say in your final words to motivate these people again to come out, to talk to those pastors, those young pastors that I've invited, those evangelists out there, those missionaries? We need them on the front lines. Go ahead and speak to them, Elder.
Listen, let me say this, that I'm not simply asking for those who have collars on. I'm not talking about those who are necessarily ordained or licensed. Listen, I want the missionary to come. I want the evangelist to come. I want the usher board to come. I want the men's fellowship to come. I want all of the youth department to come. We just want to pray for our city. It's not even about classism.
Exactly.
This isn't for the Bishop Jakes of the city. This is, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. Let me choose my words carefully. We are embracing everybody. I don't want no one to think that this is a political event or this is a big church event, because it certainly isn't. This is simply a Philadelphia event. And if in fact you consider this your city, if this is your home, I'm just inviting you to come out. And so I just want to, really bombard heaven for it. And I want to embrace folk. We chose Love Park because of what it's supposed to stand for.
Exactly.
There's that big old love statue. Folks stand there and take pictures all day, every day. You know, it's supposed to be the city of brotherly love, which it was originally founded. But yet, oftentimes there's a absence of it. We don't know how to show it. We don't know how to reciprocate those things. And so let's start that. Now that the kids are getting ready to go back to school, there's going to be a climate change. I want you to know, even as the seasons change, there's also going to be a season change spiritually over this city. And I believe that spiritually there is the spirit of murder has rested upon this city, and we want to blow the clouds of that dimension away from this geographical location, and not necessarily that we want to push it over anybody else's. You know, let's just get that out to sea somewhere, and we want to just bombard heaven for some answers, and we want to see folks saved. We want to see folk embrace the love of Christ through us, because folk are only going to know Christ or going to know their God through the ones that currently serve Him. And we must come out of our homes. We must come out of our comfort zones and exemplify the love of Christ. And so I am just excited about what God is doing. I'm excited about your partnership with us. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And many people have called, and they're saying that they're coming out, and so we're certainly looking forward to their participation as well.
No problem. Well, listen, Elder, I want to thank you so much. And go ahead and give your Facebook information. People need to find out more about your ministry, even though I know you focus on this. But I want people to know that. Go ahead and give that.
Most certainly. My Facebook, they can reach me at L. Tobias, that's Tobias, L. Tobias Green on Facebook. You can reach me at LTG Ministries Inc. at gmail.com. If you have any questions, you might want to come out, or any other things that we're doing. We're working alongside with Kingdom Village Ministries, and we're over in Camden feeding the homeless population and those displaced over there oftentimes. And so there's a lot of things that we're trying to reach out and do outside of the church walls. And so we just want to put our hands to the plow and do the things that God has intended and purpose for our lives to do. And so we just want to make Him proud of the things that we're doing here at such a time as this, because it is so important.
Absolutely.
It's so important.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice, the ministry of Elder Leonard Green from Philadelphia. My dear brother, we want you to join us on Love Park at 15th and JFK. You cannot miss it. If you're coming from Delaware, take 95. You'll see the signs that say Central Philadelphia. You're coming from Maryland. We want you to come and join us. If you're happen to be visiting the city, come on down. Get on the train. Get on the scooter. Get on your bike. Why don't you ride? That's right. And come on down to 15th and JFK. I promise you the Lord is going to meet us all there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to serve as your MC. I'm looking forward to greeting and meeting you. Bring your cameras, Instagram it. That's right. We want you to Facebook it. Is that right, Elder? Facebook it. Let people know that we are at Love Park in Philadelphia. My intern's going to be there shooting pictures, and we're excited about it because the Lord is going to meet us there. And we thank you, Elder, for your vision, because God is going to tremendously bless your ministry, and I'm going to help you to get there. We're going to do a special spotlight on you very, very soon, so you can come into this studio and minister to the people of God, okay?
God bless you, bro.
Thank you.
I appreciate it so much, bro.
I'll see you on Saturday at 1 p.m. I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. We love you.
I love you too. God bless.
Okay, bye-bye.